Igor's Egg is kind of like the blending of all of my and the band's interests. And it's a band. It's a science fiction storytelling group.
His eyes lit up with the delusions of glamour and wealth and the praise of the people from Amorous.
Whenever people ask us what genre of music we are, it's really kind of hard to say. So we've been like lumped into different genres. There's a progressive rock element to it. There's like a compositional classical element to it. There's a funky element to it. You know, we like to improvise. We like to play like bluegrass sometimes. We like to have like a reggae feel other times. We like to cover, you know, all kinds of different music because like you can't just, it's not like a square, it's not a perfect fit into anywhere.
In the middle of the galaxy lies Amorous, positioned at about northwest, right next to the planet Nebula, 3/4 the size of Earth, orbited by skulls of moons, and bizarrely, a planet encircled by glimmering metals and thick clouds. Amorous was metallic. The sky did not breathe. It was just part of a revolving planet, with no indication of what has been before.
The Ultimata is the name of our first album and book.
And the book came out, a little bit later, kind of as a supplement, because we realized, that we weren't fully telling the story through the music, that we really needed something more substantive to really get the story across.
Mysteries of a planet that was long forgotten. No one paid attention. They all lived on cogs turning, subjected to the mercies of rusted machines.
Amorous is basically where the world takes place. It's some qualities are similar to Earth, but the critical piece of it is that the planet is covered by cogs. The cogs run all the energy systems on the planet.
Horse Chips, a band. Phil and Ted the guitarist, George the drummer, and Lucas the keyboardist embark on a journey to prevent the demise of their planet, Amorous.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for the Apocalyptic Records studio.
I don't believe I have ever heard of an Apapa whatever it is. Not in this building.
Our band signed a record deal with Mr. Hogspogs, and we were told...
Mr. Hogspogs. Why didn't you say so? I don't know what it is he does in that old dungeon of his. But why don't you go down and see for yourselves?
Thanks for your help, sir.
If you need any more help, I'm in the library. My name is Dr. Sagemore.
Mr. Hogspogs led the way into a state-of-the-art recording studio, yet somehow it seemed quite more than a studio. Monitors displayed scientific readings and biological signals.
Horse Chips, I'd like to congratulate you. My record company wants to sign you.
Having absolutely no idea of the monstrosity that was about to happen, and where their journey will inevitably lead, they were not yet freaked out. I suppose they got more than they were told. Much more. From behind a wall of computers, a violent crash blasted over the sound of Horse Chip's music.
It's an Everybody look out! Everybody take cover!
Horse Chips could see nothing but a small, shaking CD.
Horse Chips, meet our creation!
The album they always dreamed of recording had arrived in a sentient form. An enormous CD with metallic appendages verged upon the band with thrashing steps. In a deep, robotic voice, it said,
I am the prototype, and I will kill you.
Some things are better left dead. What happens when the creator becomes the victim of his own creation? The prototype had grown beyond its creator's control. Lucas was slain, and Hogspogs was about to be obliterated. With his last breath, he said,
To save Amorous, you must find the ultimate
After the quest for the ultimate tuh, days felt like years searching beyond the edges of the galaxy, a band member's brush with death. They finally found the ultimate tuh, but countless years too late. The place they once called home is now a barren desert, sand littered with metal for miles.
To the children of a future age, our precious world of Amorous is laid to ruin. The end of the world, some said. Others call it a just beginning. What is to be learned from our past? I leave that to you. I just hope that this story lives on, so future generations of new Amorous know their beginnings and their end. Sincerely, Dr. Sagemore.
Most bands are just simply that, just a band. They go out, get recognition for the music so they can record albums and all this. That wasn't enough for us, for what we were looking to do, because we were into so many other things. We love science fiction stories, and that was something that was really appealing, is to work in different types of media to create a more unified experience for people.
I was a little bit involved in the comic book. Like I helped with the editing and just some of the layout, like the final details, but that was really more of Dave and Jeff. I can tell you that it was kind of a challenge to get them to add me on a lot of songs. Like at first they weren't really sure how violin would fit in the band. I guess I had to do a lot of work just getting used to playing in the rock band setting. Just learning the equipment. It's like learning a whole new instrument to be playing with an electric violin and an amplifier and pedals. And so that was a huge learning process for me.
Nate, when we moved back to Philly, we were looking for a keyboarder. We were having a pretty tough time finding a keyboard player, and just happened to find Nate, and he brings not just his keyboard skills, but I mean his vocals are awesome.
Who can tell what magic spells will be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world, only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe.
In a band with unique personas and so many musical influences, how can they strive to form the ultimate sound? Play as one.
Ryan, our drummer, is like, he's hardcore, he like rocks, he just like goes wild.
I used to play clarinet before that, but then I wanted to switch to drums after hearing, in particular, this one album, Moving Pictures by Rush, and I'm like, wow, I'm playing the wrong instrument.
Jeff and I come from a similar background of, we were really into classic rock, and we got into like improvisational stuff like Fish and the Grateful Dead, and moved into jazz.
When I first started getting into music, the thing that inspired me to play guitar was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then kind of started getting into improvisational music, Grateful Dead, Fish type music.
They've been together a long time. Dave, Jeff, and Liz, playing up in Ithaca.
When Jeff and I first moved up to Ithaca, we lived on the top floor of this like crappy old house, and we had basically there was a bedroom and there was like a living room where I had a mattress on the floor, and in the back there was this tiny little room that was like maybe like 6 feet.
3 feet by 4 feet maybe.
Yeah, even smaller. So we had like rules for ourselves that while we were up there to like I guess make ourselves feel productive. We had to practice 20 hours a week, just like technique at our instruments.
We weren't very clean about our personal habits back then. And in Ithaca, you have to pay for your trash to be taken away. So you have to buy these tags at the store, put them on the garbage bags, and then they'll come pick them up. If you don't have a tag, they don't pick them up. So we didn't have any money since we were working at a Korean restaurant, slaving away. So we said, you know what? We'll just pile the trash up, and at some point we'll take it out to the dump ourselves. So after about 6 months, you know, there's a large pile of trash and probably maggots and worms and
It was
that
disgusting.
go around.
It was like 80 degrees,
nasty,
summertime.
and
There was all this trash under our stairs.
You could smell it from like half a block away. So this was the punishment if you didn't get in that room and practice your instrument. You had to lay in this trash pile.
Yeah, so 1 week Jeff decided that he wasn't going to meet his quota.
I didn't decide.
He didn't decide he didn't meet the quota.
I missed
and
it.
so he got into the trash
Proceeded.
pile and laid there for 2 minutes in a pile of maggot-infested trash while like basically like puking.
I was gagging. I couldn't even.
He was like gagging. I was like cracking up.
Dry
laughing.
heat.
It's one of the best moments of my life.
That's dedication right there.
Igor's egg is a part of their lives, their stage personas. But who are they when they're off stage?
Me and Dave moved up to Ithaca, and we were both working in Korean restaurant, you know, slinging food. It was really tough. We ended up coming back here, and now I'm back in school. I'm going to do a PhD in electrical engineering.
Right now I'm a 6th grade teacher in Philadelphia. I got my master's degree in education while I was in Ithaca, creating the band.
I do a few different things right now. I'm teaching violin lessons at 2 schools. I have a bachelor's degree in violin performance from Ithaca College.
So I'm an accountant, gets me a paycheck and lets me do the things I want to do, so it's cool, you know?
I'm just a student right now. I'm at Temple in my last year. Should be graduating in December. I'm there for music theory and classical piano. Well, in the classical music world, I'm not worth shit, because I'm a good pianist, but I'm not great. And in order to make it in classical music or be in an orchestra, you have to be the best.
The Ultimate Tar returns in a second book that is due out next year. In the meantime, Igor's egg continues to do what they love the most, play music together.
It means a lot, and I feel like blessed that I'm able to play with these guys, really.
Honestly, I'm drawn to the band just from my perspective. I think the music makes it special. I think it's some of the most original music I've heard, definitely on the club scene or bar scene, like going out to a bar and hearing something you've never heard before. You know, I don't get to do that very often, and so I'm glad that we get to create that experience for people.
I love this band. I think everything they've been doing is phenomenal, you know. I don't know anybody like these guys.
What is der?
What is what?
It says der. What's that?
This is der. I get where did der come from?
Even several albums. We have basically 3 albums planned out right now that are album and book pairs. I need some water.
No, one lady said, she's like, I don't like amplified music. I was like, shit, we're fucked now, man. Like,
we'll put you in this corner over here.
We got
Is that enough room?
40 people over the age of like 60 there that they're like, what are you guys doing over there in the corner? We're here for the ice cream social. And we're like, we're a rock
It was
band.
simultaneously the class of 1959 class reunion. At the
how does the band affect your relationships?
What's that?
Well, let answer the question.
I have not had it.
Okay, next you, Jeff.
Well, I guess it works out well for me since Liz is in the band and we're in a relationship. I think if
quickies before the show.
Exactly. Besides that benefit,
Scary, man.
That solo was amazing tonight.
Don't put that on.